You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
Oh, alrighty there. There's the music. That means it's time for Animal Talk. Some of the best doggone pet people on the planet, talking about pet-related issues, helping you with your pet, and having some fun along the way. My name is Jamie Flanagan. Just making sure everybody has a good time and along for the ride here.
Matt Fox, you know, the Animal Talk and I, we get along pretty well.
Pushing our buttons.
Sam.
Hey, Sam Nork.
Woo.
Thanks for being here, Samantha. Samantha is a hard-working lady.
No, I'm not.
She's about one of the only people I know that works harder than me.
Really?
Do I know?
I don't know.
You work
You
pretty
complain
darn-
like you do.
That's actually a very true statement.
I do. Every time I come in here, I'm like, guys, let me tell you.
Well, and another hardworking lady with us today.
Yeah.
Dr. Karen.
Hey, Dr. Karen's
Hi
here.
there.
Welcome. The Serenity Animal Hospital. Yes, Animal Hospital?
Yes.
Okay. And Pet Resort. It's, when this thing was going up,
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to be a puppy and go there. It's like,
How much for that Airbnb?
it's
Come on.
really a gorgeous spot. It really is a gorgeous.
Thank
I've
you.
always, and then we're talking to some vets, and we're like, I kind of found you guys on Facebook, and I was like, oh my god, no, wait a second, that's that really cool place over on 50 Mile Road. But
We're cool on the inside too. Just you can't visit us on the inside yet. But
Right.
Right.
So here's the thing, right? So keeping an eye on what's happening over at the clinic, at the hospital on Facebook. And you put up a thing. It's like with the COVID, you were having problems with like a lot of cancellations. People were not showing up
Yep.
for their appointments.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know
Is
what?
it-
Most of it is people who are like newbies, like the new pets or new
Right.
clients.
Mhm.
They'd make an appointment, we'd confirm it the night before, and then they just never showed. So
'Cause-
yeah.
When the lobby's open, you got to flow and you got to feel. But when you have to really, because right now, you got to do the curbside. You got to really
Right.
schedule things much more tightly.
Exactly.
You
Yep.
don't. It's much more of an inconvenience. So you don't think about that.
Right.
And that
Everything is so structured. You
Yeah.
know, we're so stuck now in this curbside that, rain or shine or snow or whatever else, we're out there, tooling around, getting the animals in the building, looking them over, trying to get them out, because we know the clients are sitting there in their cars, and to them 1 minute is 10 minutes,
Right.
and they're wondering what's going on with their pet. They can't see it. So,
Right.
Time goes by at a different form when they're in their cars. So, we do our best to try and get them in and out.
as we're living through what Matthew likes to call
Thank you, Jamie. This COVIDian timeline.
what new ailments, what sort of new or different things are you seeing, or is it just the typical stuff but just curbside?
I think the majority of what we're seeing is stuff that we saw before, but people are more tuned to their pets now. They see every little bump that comes up. They see they're watching their pets more because they're at home more. So, their dog might have had an ear infection, scratched their ear before, and they never noticed it until it was much worse. And now they're noticing it right away. So, it's mostly stuff that people are noticing, whether it's an emergency or not. They perceive it to be because they just saw it.
I got nothing else to do.
Right.
I'm going to take care of my pet.
Yeah. Well, at least now we're able to do routine stuff too. Initially we were limited because we couldn't do routine spays and neuters. We couldn't do routine vaccinations because it was perceived, we have to watch our PPE and watch everything, initially from the state.
Right.
But once they relax that, we're back to regular business at this point. We're doing and seeing whatever we need to do and see. So, a lot more volume.
Just without the owners present in the room because
Right.
it's still curbside. Right.
And one thing that's kind of funny too, I don't know if I'm sure that the owners don't always realize this, but a lot of times the pets actually do better without the owners around. I'm not just saying this, really, I'm not. But, sometimes the owner, because the owner is there, they're more scared. They're also perceiving things to be different. How many people, try to cut their own dog's toenails and they can't, and the dogs come to us and we can trim them with no problem.
Right.
It's that kind of thing. The pets actually, not all of them, but most of them do better without their owners around. And I know that owners don't want to believe that, but it certainly can be true, because once again, like I said, we try and get them in and out as quickly as we can. So we're not, dragging around with things or making them stay somewhere for a long time. But yeah, it's a little different story now.
Wow. I could just see, you have the owner in the room, and they're always saying, "Oh, they never behave like this. They don't ever do this. I am so sorry."
And their voice is higher and higher pitched because who likes going to the doctor? I mean, it's people don't because it's a nervous thing. I mean, you're there. You're not seeking good news generally. I mean, you're hoping for good news.
Hey, Jamie, do you know what's happening? I'm going to the vet today to get tutored. I'm going to get tutored.
Well, and the thing is too is that how animals can pick up on their owner's emotions. So you get that kind of thing as well too.
Exactly.
The owners are running around and trying to, get everything done and get their pet into the vet, and they're wondering what's going to happen too. So, pets pick up on that. But we use a lot of, we do a lot of fear-free things where we, give them things when they get in there like peanut butter, cheese, and, whatever can put them in a good mood, so that there's not as much stress for the pet, in this whole situation.
Here, have a brownie. No, that won't work.
Yeah. No, definitely not. Well,
I have a stash of cheese, peanut butter, squeezed cheese, and all that stuff.
See?
So we try to get everybody, whatever they want.
I got a utility belt with squeezed cheese on it too, but that's a whole different story. That's a whole nother ball of wax there.
That's called COVID. That's what that's called.
I don't, but that's actually, I'm going to start sketching that out. All right, Dr. Karen, I got an interesting situation with a German Shepherd. German Shepherd at 6.5 years old, weighs about 39 kilograms, has blood tests. They're normal. A pee test, it was normal. But for the past week and a half, the dog has been urinating in her sleep. While she stands, while she sits, and she's at rest. It's not a controlled urination. It actually kind of surprises the dog, too, when it happens. She's basically leaking from time to time. Do you have an idea? Is this like, because the blood tests were normal and the pee test was normal, at 6.5 on a German Shepherd, what could this possibly be?
Well, probably the most likely thing, if this has not happened in the past, is urinary incontinence. And, it can happen to dogs just like people. And obviously, female dogs, just like female people, it's more common.
Okay.
Sometimes because if they're spayed, a lack of estrogen in their system, it weakens the bladder, so that the bladder sphincter, so that they tend to have more problems with leakage. There's a few different methods of treatment for that. Sometimes a medication that can help tighten up the sphincter. Sometimes giving them supplemental estrogen can help. It really, best to talk to the vet and see which one of those options might be good, as long as, we know that there's no infection.
Right. So there's a couple more questions for the vet there, but there are some avenues to go. I saw that question and was like, oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting. Just all of a sudden your dog starts to piddle for no reason.
Yeah. Because usually that's a sign of like, oh crap,
Yeah.
But they did, and they got the test done, and so
so we had a Cocker Spaniel growing up, and every time someone would come in the door, she'd get all excited.
Well, that's submissive wedding.
Is that submissive wedding? Okay, all right.
That's a thing, but this is just kind of happening. Right? She's just sitting there in her sleep, and it just kind of happens. So, that submissive wedding, that's like, when the pizza shows up, and I wet myself a little bit because I'm so excited. You know,
Is that why you excused yourself?
that
earlier?
was. I was a
Just
pizza
making-
got here, and I was like super excited. Now this is an interesting one, Dr. Karen. I haven't. This is the first time I've seen this. I've heard about it with people. But I haven't heard about it with people's pets before.
I'm intrigued.
So my cat is in heat, but I can't get her spayed because it's against my religion. It isn't allowed. I don't want to get. I don't want her to get a sickness or anything. She wakes us up at night howling all the time. I'm not sure what to do. So there's some people who their religions don't allow them to have
really?
medical procedures. Yeah.
Whoa.
And so have you heard of people that won't get their cat spayed or neutered or cat or dog spayed or neutered
reasons.
for religious reasons?
I have not. I mean, sometimes you find people who just don't want to do it, mostly men, because they can't fathom the thought of, doing that to their male dog.
Right.
But, there's two things I would say. One, if the cat is doing that, it's going to continue to do that until it's actually bred. And then you're going to end up having kittens, and then you're repopulating the world with kittens that are not, necessarily going to find homes. But I would say, if you have that religious belief for yourself, remember that your pet is not religious.
That's it.
And so that pet does not have to have that belief.
Pets aren't atheists. They're their own gods.
It's better to fix it because if you don't end up having it bred, it's going to turn into what we call a pyometra, which is an infected uterus, and that's a life-threatening problem where it's going to need emergency surgery.
And it's going to cost even more.
It's kind of you need to do it. It needs to get done. So just think about the fact that, okay, it's not in your religious belief, but your pet is not religious and it's in their best interest for their health.
Huh.
Yeah, like your pet isn't religious.
Yeah.
Like, why would it be against your
Cats
religion?
are God.
Yeah.
To themselves, they are. That's
Come here. Wow.
Puny God. Okay. But I came across that. I was like, oh my God, that's
I have never heard that
I have
before.
not. I've heard people say, not having their kids get a procedure because it's against the religion.
Yeah.
Sure,
Oh my
sure.
God.
Courts have to
and
step
stuff.
in.
No
but,
autopsies allowed, all that.
Never across to the pets. This was the first time I've
Yeah.
ever heard it cross to the pets. But you brought up a point, Karen, about if you don't get this cat spayed, then definitely make it an indoor cat because otherwise you're going to end up with kittens. That's something you guys do there at the Serenity Animal Hospital is fostering. How is
we actually
the foster
have an
climate right
adoption group. We rescue, we take in animals that need homes. Obviously we're limited at some point because there's only so much room, just like any other rescue, but we will, for the most part, try to take in, like kittens and things like that, other animals that need help, or at least direct people to where they can go as well, too.
Sure. So, Jamie, Karen, Sam, I actually have to admit something. I made a mistake about 11 days ago.
Honeypot?
Yes, with my own feline, with my own critter. And I ran out of cat food, okay? And I went to the store and I got new cat food. However, I didn't get her the same cat food. So help me understand what I did wrong by changing up her food so abruptly.
Oh, did she get mad?
Oh, she got mad. She was she was all over us for like 4 days until she realized, well, that's the food I got. But for folks, what should folks do when they transition from old food to a new type of food or a new recipe of food?
Oh.
Yeah, well, I always recommend taking about a week to change over, gradually mixing the new in and taking out the old, so you change the proportions as you go through it. Sometimes changing the food abruptly, not only will you get behavioral issues, but you can get vomiting and diarrhea, and it can actually increase the risk of them getting pancreatitis. And pancreatitis can be pretty serious. A lot of animals need to be hospitalized for that. And in some cases, repeated episodes of pancreatitis can even potentially lead to diabetes.
Wow.
So the best thing to do is keep them on the same food.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people think that is boring, but they really do prefer that. And it's really the best for them. We've domesticated them so much that this is kind of the way their systems work. So you're hearing my little tyke squeak here. So
we hear it, love it.
So this is a newbie.
Oh,
This is Shimmer. Shimmer, say hi.
Hi,
Come on, turn your
Shimmer.
face this way and look. Say hi. She was turned into a emergency clinic in the area because the owners didn't want to pay for her because she had parvo, and they didn't want to pay for her treatment. And so she was relinquished and ended up coming into our program and ended up coming into my house. So
you have such a big heart, Karen. That's amazing.
It's tough sometimes. She's a little stinker, though. She's got a lot of personality.
Sounds like it. Absolutely sounds like it.
Is it what kind of dog is Shimmer there?
Shimmer? She is a Pomeranian Yorkie mix.
Okay, yeah, she looked smaller. Yeah.
We were told she was a Pom, and I was guessing her to be a Pomeranian Chihuahua, but I did the genetic testing on her, and she came out as Pomeranian Yorkie.
Oh, okay.
So,
wow, is that something you do that? You figure out what the Heinz 57 mix is?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it short hair? Is it a short hair? Is it a long hair?
She's got hair. She's got a hair coat kind of like a lab, really. It's kind of interesting because it's not really a Pomeranian coat or a Yorkie coat.
So and forgive my naivety, but is it a blood test that's done to figure out the genetic of the dog itself?
Taste.
Do you
there's
lick
two
them?
types. There is a blood test called the Wisdom Panel, and there's a saliva test called the Embark Panel.
All right.
And in my case, I did the Embark, and because she's so little and so squiggly, I didn't want to try and draw blood from her yet, but I was really curious. So
is that something you send out, or is that something you guys do in clinic?
Yep. Send out. There's companies that do that. They have to, do all the genetic profiling.
Right.
So, that's a pretty involved thing. It's not something that you get the answers to immediately. You got to wait a few weeks to get the results. But
because when you said you said you did that, I thought, is that something you do in clinic? Oh my God, things are really moving forward.
Right? Can I bring my kid with me and do that the same way?
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
I saw this version of Elf. You know, it's sitting there, Will Ferrell.
Yeah,
my finger has its own pulse. So, all right. But no, I was curious if it was because I had a little question about some Chihuahua, and this is interesting.
Yeah.
So the answer is in the question itself. I have a Chihuahua. Well, you have a Chihuahua.
Wow.
But the mother is growling at the puppies. So mom is growling at the puppies. I have two dogs, Benny and Marley, both are Chihuahua mixes. Neither one has shown food aggression in the past or towards me or towards each other. Marley gave birth to her first litter of 3 on January 30th and is a great mom so far. She's very attentive, affectionate towards them. But I recently heard her growling at the puppy who wandered close to her while she was eating. I told her no. Stop growling immediately. But again today, just recently, while eating, I heard Marley doing it again, and this time she jabbed her nose with her mouth open at the puppy. Is this a mom just educating boundaries, or is this a behavior I should be worried about?
Oh, it could be either one. We have had many moms with puppies at our place because of the rescue work, and I have a particular interest in trying to get pregnant dogs out of shelters.
Right.
Because I don't think that that's a good place for them to be. It's better they have their puppies in a safer place. And we've seen the whole gamut. We've seen dogs that will growl at their puppies and just to show them what's going on or, just to correct them. But we've also had moms that will attack their puppies and we've had to pull them off the mom and hand feed them. There are some incidences, not that we've had, but they're there was one long time ago with a rescue, where the moms actually eat the puppies. So it's really something to watch very carefully, because if the mom continues that kind of behavior, it may be necessary to pull the puppies off of mom and hand feed them just to, keep her from killing them.
Yeah. Well, and then in this case, it's a Chihuahua, so
Right.
they're just surly little critters to begin with.
I remember myself as a young child, and
the puppies are small too.
Yeah,
then,
right,
so.
true.
Yeah.
Being a young man, a young child growing up, I would bug my mom all the time, and she'd bite my head off too. So, mom.
See how annoying
Mom.
that is? Sean,
Yeah.
Sean.
Mom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, Dr. Karen, we really appreciate you hanging out with us. I just we wanted to check in, see how things were going at the clinic, and throw a couple questions your way, and just we know your time
Things are going.
Time is
busy.
crazy busy, and we appreciate you hanging out for sure.
Thank you, Dr. Karen.
No problem. Sure. Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back at it again next week. So just feel free to. We'll send you the link and pop on in. Oh, holy smokes! Dr. Michelle's rolling in.
Yeah, Dr.
Hey.
Michelle is here too. How's about
Just
that?
got home from work then, huh?
You want to bring
Sam.
her in there, Sam? There you go.
Hey,
There she
look
is.
at it. It's a party now.
It's a party now. Hi, Dr. Michelle. Thank you for coming into the Animal Talk this evening.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just getting updates on all the stuff happening out at the clinic. We were talking about the people not showing up for their appointments, and
Right.
how disruptive that was, and helping some people with their pets. But you're the cat lady, right? You are president. It's president of the which cat part thing?
So I'm president-elect of the American Association of Feline Practitioners.
Because there's
So it's a nationally cats.
So there's because there's like another cat place that was talking about the and really advocating again most against declawing, right? It seems as though that they're pushing for legislations and they're pushing for movements to really actually ban it unless it's necessary for a medical procedure. And I'm like, well, when would it be necessary? When is a declaw a necessary procedure? Because it seems I don't understand when it would be anything except
If they
emergency.
have a tumor on their toe,
a tumor.
and you have to, So if they have something cancerous or it's extremely painful growth of some kind involving that nail, that would be a medically necessary reason to declaw a cat.
All right, that's pretty. How frequent is that?
Pretty darn rare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, because admittedly, I've had 3 cats in my life. Kirby was the first guy. He hung out for 18 years.
Kirby's amazing.
Yeah, I
never met him.
He's a good lad for sure. But I had Kirby declawed. It was just kind of a thing. It was like the practice wife was like, "Hey, I don't want him scratching up the furniture," and I'm like, "All right, that's cool." And so we got him declawed. But after having this guy in my life for 18 years, and the thing is, when we got a new cat, we didn't get this one declawed, and I was like, let's try training
Right.
first.
Yeah. Let's not go down that aisle just yet.
And we were really, I was really successful. I was really, it's a patting myself, twist my arm there, patting myself on the back, but we were successful. Not everybody is as successful. Cats all have their own personality, or at least 9 or 10 different personalities. But you can usually train a cat not to scratch things up or to scratch on the appropriate things.
True.
So.
And being growing up in the 80s, and we had cats, and, at that point, we unfortunately have to admit that we had our cats declawed. But our cat now, we never have even thought about declawing our cat just because she's not aggressive when it comes to that. But we have to make sure that those nails stay trimmed because they do get incredibly sharp. They really do. So I've got plenty of scars to prove it.
Yeah.
So what are some
Yeah.
of the things that folks can do to help train their cat when it comes to their claws? You know, what are some of the things that we should not do when we have a kitten and we don't want them to scratch on things
Yeah.
inappropriately?
You want them to scratch on like scratching posts. And some cats like the sisal rope. Some cats like the cardboard. Some like the vertical surfaces. Some like horizontal surfaces. So it just depends
Have it.
what
I wanna
that
see
cat
it.
likes, you know?
Yeah.
And trying not to use your hand as a toy to where they'll like chase your hand and try to scratch your hand or bite your hand,
Right.
That's fair.
you know?
How effective are those caps? Because I've heard people talk about, I get fake caps for my cat's claws. That just seems like really tedious, and two, nearly impossible. I don't understand it. Do those work, and are they a thing?
They're soft paws, like they're little like rubber nails you glue onto their nails. Some cats leave them on and leave them alone.
Mhm.
My cat, as a kitten, left him alone, and then as she got bigger and as an adult, she would rip them off in 2 days.
Right.
You know, so I just keep her nails short now, and she scratches on the scratching posts and a little bit on like a dining room chair, but I have it covered with like something I bought on Amazon that's just a plastic clear thing that I put there so she can't scratch it now. But some cats leave it alone, some don't. Worth a try.
Interesting. So, Dr. Michelle, I got to ask, I actually found there are 4 behaviors that some folks should never ignore, and I would love your input on these. One of the things that you should not ignore when it comes to your feline behavior is sudden hiding, urinating in the house, aggression with other people or pets, or anything radically different. So the sudden hiding. Cats disappear for a long time sometimes, but how can you actually figure out if they're hiding suddenly? Is it more of an anxiety thing with the cat?
It can be an anxiety thing, but it could be, if you had a party, and not that people are doing that much nowadays, but
Sure.
if you had something different in the house, they may get freaked out and go hide just from anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, like, cats are known to hide disease. They do not tell you that they're sick.
No.
So that's a good way of trying to tell if maybe they're hiding because they don't feel good. Maybe you have multiple cats and they're not using the litter box like you should, but you wouldn't know because you have 3 cats that all use the same 2 boxes and you can't really tell.
Right.
Which
goes to the second part is urinating in the house. Could that, and they're staying in one spot that might be just going there, but
Right.
I'm really like a urinary tract infection could be the cause of them not urinating in the house. Is that appropriate?
Absolutely. There's lots of medical reasons that can cause it, but urinary tract infection, especially for girls, is very common to have happen. Boys can have just inflammatory bladder issues that can be brought upon by stress, and they're peeing outside the box for that reason. They could have arthritis in their paws, especially declawed cats as they get older get more arthritis. So it may be painful to get in the box, so they'll kind of pee close to the box but not in the box because they're actually painful. I've had some cats with heart issues. Like, I think they just feel weird and then they pee outside the box. And we've caught some heart kitties that way, and that was their only symptom.
Goodness. One thing that's radically different for our pets, dogs and cats of this day, is we're home a lot more. So people are paying a lot more attention. We were talking about this earlier with Dr. Karen. We're home a lot more. We're seeing our behaviors of our animals that much more. So that radically different change that we know is going to come, how can folks help their animals get better with the anxiety or the separation anxiety when we do go back to work in a normal environment?
So cats are not going to adjust well to the change. A lot of cats really didn't adjust well to COVID in general, having their owners home all day. They're used to having us go to work, right? So sometimes even just getting your keys and jingling them and leaving the house for a little bit, even if it's just to go out to eat, perhaps because restaurants are open, and coming back, just so they're used to you leaving a little bit, since like none of us went anywhere for a very long time.
Yeah.
A lot of folks will leave the television on.
Right.
Oh.
Hi,
Yeah,
kitty
there's
cat.
my cat.
Yep. Hi, kitty cat.
Oh.
All right, so I got a question here. I just came across this one. It's we have a 9-month-old indoor cat. seems he has injured his rear paw. It must have happened at night because we have no idea how or what happened, but he spent the whole day yesterday on a dining chair under the dining room table. We knew something was wrong because he has no interest in eating or drinking, even though to us it looks like he's got a severe cotton mouth. All right. It wasn't until he went to the bathroom to use his litter box we noticed him limping and favoring his right rear paw. He seems to be able to get up and down a step or two, no problem. So it doesn't look that severe, but it still concerns me that he's refusing to eat or drink. Is this worth a trip to the vet?
Absolutely. I would definitely take him to a veterinarian and figure out, like, cats don't cry when they're in pain.
Yeah.
And sometimes dogs don't either. So, but if he's limping, he's definitely hurting. And that could be why he's not eating, is he's painful. And so getting that checked out and seeing, why is he painful? Did he jump wrong, land wrong, jump from a high place, injure himself somehow? That would be something the vet could be able to take a look at and see where on that rear leg he's painful. Is it his toe? Is it his ankle? Is it his knee? Is it his hip? You know?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you said, the cats and dogs, they really don't show what's going on because, one, they can't talk, but
Right.
you just got to pay attention to those signs, right?
The other thing, too, is be careful. Don't give your cat any pain medication from home.
Correct.
Don't think that you can give them any, like, children's Tylenol or anything like that, because those products are not safe for cats.
Yeah. Tylenol
okay.
actually kill your cat.
Wow, right on. Because like a lot of times with dogs, they like, oh, you can give them a quarter of a Benadryl or
Right.
But with cats, that's a whole nother ball of wax, right? You don't want to mess around with that.
Not at all.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, they cannot take a lot of those things at all. Yep.
There are even limited pain medications that we can give them. There are some, but they don't tolerate as much stuff as dogs do. But even with dogs, you have to be careful. You can't give them ibuprofen. That's not safe for them. Like you said, Benadryl, sometimes a baby aspirin is okay for something, but it's always best to talk to your vet and find out exactly what's the right thing to do, because a lot of these things can be harmful to the pet.
Fair.
Yep.
Very fair. My goodness.
I've seen nurses give ibuprofen and put their animals in kidney failure. I've seen pharmacists recommend it to people to give to their pets. And once again, it's not good. It's not right. You got to be careful. They're not humans.
Yep. Aspirin's actually a better blood thinner for a dog than a pain med. So it doesn't work that great for pain.
Yeah,
it can also cause stomach ulceration too.
Yeah, even my sister, she's had animals her entire life. At one point she was giving her dog and her cat Prozac at one point in time. So is that something that folks that they should look towards for an anxiety issue or what have you?
Yep. In fact, I see dogs that now that we're getting back into work and stuff like that, some people are dealing with anxiety in their pet, separation anxiety. So, sometimes we're looking at giving something like Prozac or some of the other medications, Xanax and Clomicalm and things like that, depending on the circumstance.
Sure.
It should always be something that the vet recommends so you get the right dosage and you get the right product for the right need.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm like. I'm a hypochondriac, and it's like I get all these emails. I belong, follow different people or get on lists this way or another. And there was another cat one that I got, Dr. Michelle. I wanted to find out from you. Where is it?
Sure.
It is these people. They sent me this information, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, should I worry about this with my cat? And now I can't find it. Hypertension, though. They're talking Cat Vets Media, and it's talking about feline hypertension. Is feline because cats, you think it's cool cats.
Yeah.
Cats are laid back. Cats are king of cool.
But they get the zoomies too. Yeah.
Yeah. So is hypertension because I was reading through it, and it's like, oh, it's all the same stuff that it does. You know, there's blindness, and it'll mess up your heart, and it'll mess up other organs.
Yeah.
So is hypertension, high blood pressure, is that a common malady for cats?
Very common. It actually coincides with a lot of common medical issues that cats get as they age. A lot of times cats will have a kidney problem or an overactive thyroid as they get older, and both of those can lead to having high blood pressure as a consequence of having kidney disease or having a thyroid issue. And sometimes the owners will bring their animals in and they don't even realize that their cat is blind because the cat has learned the lay of the house.
Right.
That, like, they will bring their cats in and their retinas are not attached to the back. Like, I can tell that. And they're kind of horrified because they're like, how did I not know this? It's because your cat knows the way of your house and they can navigate around it. They learned it. They can also have just high blood pressure for no other reason. Like, there's not a medical condition causing it. And it can actually happen in dogs too. So it's important to sometimes check a blood pressure if they have underlying other medical conditions, just to make sure we're not missing anything.
Right. Oh, I was going to
said, animals hide a lot of their illness. So these are things that you're not necessarily going to see. It's not necessarily going to be visible to you that they have these problems. So that's for the vet to check.
So the question is, if your critter is suffering from hypertension, is it a dietary change that needs to happen then, or what is a recommended for hypertension with a critter?
It's usually an oral medication or a medication you can put, like, that works through the skin inside their ear. If cats don't take oral meds well, and that works. And we can get their blood pressure using, like, instead of a cuff around their arm, which you can do on the cat, we can do it on their tail. And,
at the very tip.
Really don't freak out too much about that, and so it's a lot more accurate because it's not causing them stress to take it.
Right. I take Percy's blood pressure on his tail all the time. I grab it. He walks by. That's a little game we play. Yeah. He walks by because he'll turn around and come right back by. Okay, grab my tail again. He's a freak.
When you think about
maybe it's
when you
me.
when we go to the doctor, we get our blood pressure taken like immediately. Like they take your temperature and your blood pressure every time, right?
Actually,
we probably should be doing that more with our pets.
Yeah, one of our listeners, he actually says, I'm actually kind of dealing with that now.
Actually, it was about cat depression.
Was it cat depression?
Yeah.
There he is. I'm sorry.
So it's
too many cooks in the kitchen.
Patrick's chiming in. So cat depression, how common is it? Because we tend to, pets are part of the family.
Absolutely.
But are cats really depressed? Are we anthropomorphizing here? When, like, if you have a couple of cats and one passes away, can you really, are they depressed? Do they have those types of emotions? Doc, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, cats can become emotionally attached to their friends in their house too. You know, I've had instances where there's multiple cats in the house and one passes away and the owners are like, we never really noticed a difference in the other cat, but they weren't friends. But if those animals were close and used to hanging around and grooming each other and sleeping together and that one's gone, they can go through depression just like you and I can. They don't like change and their friend is not there.
That's fair. I don't like change.
Yeah, we see that with the dogs too. Same kind of situation. Some show it and some don't.
Man, there a lot of information is being shared this evening, ladies. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm like scouring for more questions just because you guys are amazing.
No, that's what I had on the medical end for today. We had those.
I'm glad we can help.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys could pop in. We appreciate it. So we haven't hung out in a while. So it's like, just schedule craziness and something and another.
It's been crazy.
So, but appreciate all that you're doing to keep all your clients and all the client pet parents happy.
Yes.
And we'll have you guys back soon and next week if you guys aren't busy and dive into some more stuff.
Love to have you back.
Sure.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Appreciate it.
All right. So we'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Take
Great.
care.
Thank you.
Be well.
Yep.
Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
That was awesome for them to pop in and
I
say
love
hi.
our vets.
Yeah, they're amazing. So much knowledge, and if honestly, I made my mistake, and now I will never make that mistake again.
Bad Matthew. I'm going to roll up a newspaper and swat you on the nose with it.
Hey,
That's actually a bad thing to do
Yeah.
to a dog, but to you, I can get away with it.
You probably could.
Yeah.
I'll let you.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Where were we?
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know. Where?
Oh, what's happening now? I wonder.
Oh no.
Can you turn 5 up there, Sam?
Oh, I haven't done.
No?
Yeah, it's coming.
All right.
I got a lot of stuff going on in my life right now.
I
Me
understand.
too, you guys. You guys don't even
Oh.
understand, even though I told you everything that's going on in my life.
No, I had a lot of
School stuff going on?
yeah. So I hope I wasn't too distracted because I had students messaging me going, "Do
What?
this, do
What?
that,"
What?
Right.
and I'm like,
Well, you're just multitasking now.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
no. You're right. I did want to do something. I did want to do a little bit of this fact or fiction."
But you didn't send me it.
No, I know because you're going to be our
decide.
victim.
What?
I didn't send it to Matthew either.
I'm a victim as well.
Yes. Okay. At least we get to suffer
Hey,
together.
Sam, it's 2 against 1. Our odds are in our favor.
Yes.
Just saying.
All right, let me clear my throat. Here we go.
Wait, does that mean both of us can answer a different one and then we'll still be right?
Well, Sam, you got to guess first,
Ladies first. That's how it works.
All right, fine.
and then Matt can back clean up. All right, fact or fiction? 3 headlines here ripped
from the news.
2 are absolutely true. 1 is completely false, created by me earlier when I should have been helping my students.
Clearly.
Yeah, who cares
Man,
about
my
this?
phone is. Don't leave your phone number in the box of equipment when your kids are out doing a remote broadcast and say, "Text me if something goes wrong," because my phone just blew
Oh,
up.
boy.
Oh my god, that was me when I was in school. I was like, "Help me! What are we doing?"
All right, but I think everything's on track with my kiddos.
All right.
So now I can pick on this kiddo.
All right.
All right, 3 headlines. 2 are true. 1 is false. Samantha, are you ready for this?
Yes,
Okay,
I
here we
feel
go.
ready. I'm a lot more confident than I was a few weeks ago.
Y'all ready for this? All right. Chilling warning to not walk barefoot as night. Let me start over again.
All right.
Chilling warning
Chilling warning.
to not
Chilling?
walk barefoot at night as perfect conditions see deadly funnel spiders. Numbers soar.
Ooh, that makes me itchy.
Yeah.
Makes me want a funnel cake. I don't know.
Ooh, I want
Headline
funnel cake.
number 2. Spider bites spike after movie release of animated classic.
Charlotte's Web. What?
Spider bites spike after movie release of animated classic. And then number 3 is
Spider-Man?
3 venomous spiders cause closure of University of Michigan Library.
Oh. That's
right.
true. I already know it. That
Yeah,
one's true. I know about it.
I just saw that
I
one myself.
just saw
you,
that.
Sam,
Did
you have to 50% chance.
Okay.
And if you get it wrong,
Oh.
I'm going to get it right.
Oh
So.
boy.
Okay.
That is that's
Eek.
that's amazing, Samantha. We're down to a 50-50. So I'm going to reread
Oh,
these
so you agreed.
to these well, just you're
Yeah,
I said
no, I
you're
already
down to a 50-50 in your flawed thinking.
No, I know that's correct. I saw it on my Twitter feed.
All right. Chilling warning not to walk barefoot at night as perfect conditions see deadly funnel spider webs. Numbers soar.
Deadly funnel spider.
deadly fun-
Wait, so like
Funnel web spiders. Numbers soar.
Patrick said number 1 is the false. Let's
And
see.
then spider bites spike after movie release of animated classic.
What animated classic is about spiders? See,
Yeah,
that does sound a
that
little
is-
fishy.
Yeah. Fish called Wanda. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
What? I don't even know what you're talking about.
What? Charlotte's Web, Spider-Man? That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
What are the movies that are about spiders?
Patrick is guessing number 1 is the false one,
Arachnophobia?
but
The one with David Arquette.
No, that would be Jeff Daniels.
oh yeah.
No, David Arquette was in a spider one. I can't remember which one it was. Oof.
Thank you. Thank you, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Guys,
the pincers.
This is kind of off topic, but I said David Arquette. Hugh Jackman put out a video on Instagram talking about the David Arquette documentary, and he watched it, and he was like recommending it.
Oh wow.
I know. I'm like, what?
I heard the director of photography was just whip on that movie.
Yeah.
one of
hope.
the second directors of photography, right? What's your actual title on that film?
On IMDb, it says assistant camera. On the credits of the movie, it says additional cinematography.
Cinematography.
Yeah,
Yes.
pronounce that 3 times fast, Jamie.
Yeah.
Lavalantula.
Yeah.
Wait, is that real?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll say number 1 is the false one because that sounds like some made up junk.
Oh, boy.
No! Shit! I knew it! I should have gone with. I knew it.
Oh.
What animated movies about spiders?
Patrick, your prize is on the way for leading Sam down the wrong path.
Patrick, I trusted you.
Oh.
Lavalantula.
Pa-
Blah, blah.
Wait, was
Is,
it? I didn't know
what
if that
is
was
it?
real or not.
Spider-NATO?
Spider-NATO?
Spider-NATO? Is that a thing?
Sharknado.
Spider-NATO?
Well, that's going to be next up on the Hallmark Channel, I guess.
So, that one headline was true. That's a mouthful. I tried. And it's like, it said, chilling warning, not to walk barefoot at night, perfect conditions, see deadly funnel web spiders number soar in Sydney.
Yeah.
I left the in Sydney.
Because there are pictures of fields just covered with spider webs.
And they're deadly. One bite from a male, funnel spider, is 100% deadly.
So you're dead.
Yep. You're dead. So,
Oh wow.
yes, and there were 3
you
venomous spiders found in the University of Michigan Library and shut it down
Yes.
earlier
Yes,
this week.
For like
Yeah.
2 days, they shut it down.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
shutting this party down.
Since you took out a part of that first headline, and you said you took out the part about Australia.
Oh, word, yeah.
Yeah, does that mean it's a false headline? Because you took out a word.
Oh, see, look at Sam. Technically, Sam would be right then.
Apparently, there is a movie coming out about spiders that come out of the lava under Los Angeles.
Is it
Okay,
really?
it's a sci-fi
It's a
movie.
sci-fi
Okay,
movie coming
very like Sharknado, the same kind of
Oh, is it really?
yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Spider lava. All right.
Lava.
Lavalantula.
Okay, I gotta look that up.
Lavalanche. Okay. Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Patrick.
Wow. And I'll sit down, we'll watch it, and we'll be like, well, hey, there's 2 hours of my
We'll
life
get
I'll
back.
never get back.
Watch the commercials again, please.
But the University of Michigan Shapiro Undergraduate Library was temporarily closed after venomous spiders were found in the building. 3 Mediterranean recluse spiders were found in the library's basement storage area late
Oh my god, it's
January.
real.
Yeah. University spokeswoman Kim something or other said that the spiders were not in any public spaces. The library was closed from Sunday, February 21st through the Monday, the 22nd. So just 2 days. So misunderstanding, led the library to close for 2 days, and based on the university knows it was a mistake to close the building. The university consulted with spider experts at Michigan State University and the University of Michigan Dearborn. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Have degrees from both of those.
Yeah.
And the bills to prove it. Yeah. Yeah, it's all this like student loan forgiveness. It's like, hey, can I get some of that money back? How about the people that paid their crap on time?
Right.
Can I get some of that back? That'd be nice. Anyway, the university consulted. Yeah, it's called getting a job. The university consulted with the spider experts, and the pest management's been working to treat the areas in the building where the spiders were seen. So recluse spiders spend daylight hours in the dark, secluded
Wait,
places.
brown recluse or recluse?
Mediterranean recluse spiders.
Recluse.
Yes.
Recluse.
So, symptoms can start anywhere from 2 to 6 hours after being bitten by one of these spiders. It can include fever, rash, nausea, vomiting, and in a severe case, you have to be really susceptible to these. It can cause death, but that's super rare with these guys. But there are.
What were the ones leading? What were the first ones that you had mentioned? Those symptoms? 2 to 6 hours later?
What is,
You said nausea.
fever, rash,
What
nausea,
is
and
fever,
vomiting.
rash,
That's
nausea,
like a
and
couple of
vomiting?
hours before your wedding. I think I got bit by a spider.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have a wedding. I'm gonna get eloped.
You're going to get eloped?
Yeah. Who wants a wedding?
I do not think that means what you think it means.
What does it? Wait, does it not mean what I
I'm
think
just
it
playing.
means?
I'm just playing.
It does. But yeah, so the male funnel spider bites are 100% fatal without treatment.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You can get treated for them.
And those are the ones in Sydney, right?
Yep. February is the peak
So
month
if you get
for
bit,
funnel webs.
you're okay if you get treatment.
If you get treatment, yes.
Okay, not all hope is lost. Okay.
One mild bite needs a vial of antivenom. Severe cases can require 10 to 12 vials of antivenom.
Oh my God.
It takes 150 spiders to make one vial of life-saving
Antivenom.
funnel web antivenom serum.
How many vials of?
So for a mild bite needs one vial, so you need 150, but you need 10 to 12 vials if it's a severe
Wow.
breakout.
Oh my
So
God,
you're
that's
talking
so many.
thousands. Yeah, well, you got to milk them, little buddy. I mean,
Yeah, you gotta get.
try milking one of those guys. It's like,
How many of those do you think that?
get that tiny little stool.
Oh my God. Do they have to shrink it down to the spider's size
That's it, yeah.
in order
Yeah.
to milk it?
That's a whole thing. And then you're drinking and you got to burp your way out of the thing. Out of the chocolate bar. All right. Anyway.
Bite this, will you?
Yeah. So yeah. So the anti-venom program relies on the public to catch and deliver spiders as well. So people in where this infestation is catch. So in catching the spiders, they get bit by them. It's crazy.
Oh man.
Quick,
We
go
don't
get
have
150 more.
Yeah, we don't have any more vials. Oh, go use the ones that I just picked up for you.
Yeah, I know. Go milk them spiders.
How long does it take to milk? That person might be. How long does it take
Yeah.
for? I don't know. It's probably on
That'd be a
Google
great
somewhere.
question for Coyote Peterson.
Before the anti-venom arrived, 2 people died in just over an hour. One
Holy shit!
grown man died in 75 minutes, and a toddler that was bitten succumbed to the bite within 15 minutes.
Holy shit! Oh my
Yeah.
god!
But it's Australia. It's Australia.
Yeah,
It's Australia. Australia is just, I mean,
Australia is too
it's
wild.
dangerous. Australia is just straight up dangerous.
Yeah,
It's,
Yeah, you won't catch me there. And everybody's like, I want to move to Australia. It's like, what do they have? Giant spiders, and they don't even have the Great Barrier Reef anymore. It's dead. Why would you want to go to
Oh,
Australia?
come on.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, save that stuff.
That is nutty.
It is.
All right, what are my other tabs open here? I thought I had other tabs of interesting stuff. There's the 9 deadliest spiders in the world.
You're on a spider kick this evening, Jamie.
Well,
I'm
it was
itchy.
the thing, right? So
Yeah.
the number coming in at number 9, the brown recluse spider, recluse, potato, Brazilian wandering spiders coming in at number 8. The yellow sac spider, which has a scientific name that I'm not going to try to pronounce.
Another beer in
Black
there, you might be able to
Widow.
do it.
Yeah. They're like 3 to 15 millimeters. Some of these are tiny too. Do you know the most venomous spider in the world?
Daddy Longleg?
Daddy long legs. Where's my bell?
Wait,
Ding.
seriously?
It is, but their fangs are too small to puncture human skin. So,
Oh, dope.
wolf spiders coming in at number 6. This is a large, widespread group found throughout the world.
Ooh.
Yes, and they have a wolf-like habit of chasing and pouncing upon their prey. Is why they're called wolf.
We don't have
spiders.
certain spiders
and they're
here.
little furry. We got the wolf spiders though.
Oh shit, we do. We don't
We
have
do.
brown recluse.
No.
We don't have those.
Black widow spiders.
Do we have those?
Those are coming in at number 5, responsible for more than 2,500 visits to poison control centers every
God.
year in the U.S. alone.
Guys, I'm getting itchy. I don't like bugs.
What is that? There's something above your head.
Wait, where?
A
You
brown
guys.
widow spider.
Brown
the
widow?
black widow. You have the brown widow, which is more venomous than the black widow.
Wow, I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Is Daddy Longleg first?
Came from South America. No, I don't. Daddy Long's one. These are the ones that poisonous that can hurt you.
Oh, okay.
Red widow spider.
Really?
It's very red. Yes, a third of the widow spiders. It's has very long red legs.
Mm.
And again has the distinctive, widow hour-shaped glass thingy. A redback spider is coming in at number 2.
Let me guess. It does have a red back.
It's a cousin of the black widow, and it's got a different shape of. It's out of New Zealand and Belgium and Japan.
big red stripe down it, like
It was native to Australia, but got to those other countries through grape exports.
Huh.
Sam, do you like grapes?
Yes.
Not anymore.
How about raisins?
Redback spiders
I like
are not
raisins.
aggressive. They're most likely to play dead if disturbed. But if a female spider is defending her eggs, she will bite.
As they should.
And coming in at number 1,
A tarantula?
the funnel web spiders.
Oh, there
Wait,
it is.
seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, again, it's 100% fatal if you do not get help. Other ones, you'll get sick, and depending on how allergic you are, susceptible you are. But
Wow.
yeah, those funnel spiders. If you don't get help, it'll take you out. The male one. So there you go.
Goodness. Well, thanks for sharing.
I'm a little creeped out.
Yeah,
myself. I don't know why I did that.
yeah, like Sam, I'm a bit itchy over here.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure why I did that to myself, but it's the University of Michigan. It was a local story about spiders shutting down the library there. I'm trying to remember who Shapiro is. Michigan Shapiro Undergraduate Library.
Ooh,
Which Shapiro
which
that
one it
is?
Yeah.
I forget. I knew at one point. I knew who it was named after. Did some work in that library
I bet you did.
years ago.
I bet you did. Now I got to go home and watch Jeff Daniels, Detroit native and arachnophobia.
Oh yeah, yeah. Love that one. All right, so Samantha, there's one other thing. I think there's one other piece of business we need to.
Oh yeah, we do, don't we?
To take care. I think we need to do a little something like.
Bum, 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 bum.
You've done this before.
Maybe.
It's time for the bad animal joke of the week.
All right.
What do you
here we
got,
go.
you Matt?
All right, here we go. So, speaking of Australia,
Speaking of Australia,
what do you call a lazy baby kangaroo?
lazy baby kangaroo? I don't know. What do you call lazy baby kangaroo?
I don't know.
A pouch potato.
A pouch potato.
Wow.
I was trying to think of a Joey.
Yeah, me too.
How you doing? I don't know, but when he greets you, he says, "How you doing?"
Yeah. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, what?
What do you call a snail? What? Oh, I'm sorry. What did the snail say while riding on the turtle's back?
What did the snail say riding on the turtle's back?
Whee!
To get to the other side? No.
And why did the whale cross the street?
Why did the
To
whale
get to the other side.
cross the street?
To get to the other tide.
Oh my
Ah!
god.
You want one more?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
How are a cat and a sentence different?
how are a cat in a sentence?
One has a pure.
A cat has claws at the end of its paws. A sentence has a pause at the end of its
Claws.
claws. An English one.
All
All right, that's gonna do it. Hey, Sam,
Hey, what?
tell people stuff.
Oh, yeah. So we are the Animal Talk Podcast. You can visit us at our website, www.animaltalkradio.com.
You don't need the www,
I know,
but I just
it's-
like to say it.
But I just like to say it. I do. And then we have our merch site, wearingfunny.com. Go buy some merch. We got
There's some
our
cool like cat mom
Yeah.
and doggy daddy shirts on there. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
it's cool. Get some shirts, wear them. I have a shirt. I need
Yeah.
to wear it. It's hanging up in my closet. And our social
I got the
media
Animal Talk
pages.
thong.
Do you really?
Thong?
Yeah.
Thong.
Thong.
Yes. Thong.
Like underwear?
Yeah.
No way. Can you
Oh,
send me
yeah.
a picture? Wait, do you really? Wait, do you really? Wait, I didn't know we had those.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Oh.
Does it say juicy on the
I'm like, where would
More
the
like
logo
sticky,
go?
Anyway.
Ew!
All right, anyway, move right along.
Okay, social media pages at Animal Talk Radio, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. That's it.
That's it. All right, cool. All right, that's it. That's gonna do it for another episode.
I can't
I
get
can't
that. I
believe
can't get that thing out of my
image.
brain. Jamie, that thong. Right
Yeah. All right, till next time. Please have an exotic week.
And kiss your wild thing for me.